Okay, also this is my next video I guess I'm going to be doing. The air filter is not a part of it. It actually goes to another mower, and I think it's too oil soaked to save, but this is a brushless 4,000 watt generator that I got on a trade from somebody who needed a mower and ended up trading me this generator. It's actually in pretty decent shape for what it is. It's got a little rust on it, but nothing to really sneeze at. Never heard of a Devil Bliss brand, but they probably made a bunch of small little brands of engines and whatnot. Or excuse me, small like off brands of generators that just threw a Briggs engine on them. So this is what this one is. It's got the low oil indicator light. It's very similar actually to the generator that I have here that I did a video on a few months ago. It looks like this engine cover says it was made in '95. I might actually have an engine cover I can replace on this because the bolts right here are broken on it. However, it does stay pretty well. Let's see if I can fix that a little bit though. But I mean, it's not the greatest. A little rough around the edges. I've got to replace a bolt down here for one of the mounting bolts broke. But he just said the carburetor needed to be cleaned, and kind of looks to be the case. Got a small crack in the gas tank mount here, but it looks like it hasn't penetrated into the tank, which is good. So the mission is just to see what the condition of the carburetor is, throw some Seafoam in it, throw some gas in it, clean out the carburetor, see what we got. So we'll get to work on that. So here we go. I have the cover off here. I have the choke and whatnot on it, and it's all it is a 5/16 inch and two 7/16 inch, or excuse me, 7/16 inch bolts or nuts to take off to get to the carburetor here. And so we're on the carburetor now. Now you got your star bits here. Find the correct star bit piece, and you can see there's a bunch of gummed up stuff in the carburetor here. So we're going to take the star bits off. Take the gas line off here. Just be very careful if you take a gas line off, especially when you see like this plastic fitting. They break very easily, so just be very careful when you do that. But star bits should screw right off, so we'll do that next. So I realize that I don't have these star bits. However, if you are like me and have limited tools, I don't say I have limited tools, a 5/32 inch will fit perfectly on here. So we're going to use those to take that off. I'm going to grab my wrench and I'll show you that it works. You just have to be careful. You don't want to like strip the threads on the carburetor, but there you go. Loosens them right up. You can either unscrew them by hand or just take the 5/32 inch there, and you're good with tightening them up that way too. But just a little kind of aside if you don't have a star bit tool. So I got these bolts off and got the carburetor loose. Now you have your linkage up here, and we're going to figure out kind of the best way to approach this. I think it might be to either bend the carburetor down like that, or let's give it a look here. So I might be able to turn the carburetor around here and just get the gasket out, and then looks like I can turn the carburetor down like so, and take that off. It's on there pretty good. It's not easy to take off with one hand, as you can see. Let me put this down real quick. I usually have a workbench to work on, but I'm working on the ground because I can't lift this generator up because I'm not that strong. But there you go. So now I can take it over to the workbench and we'll see what we've got going here. At least all like the choke and everything is free on it. I bet it's just got a bunch of crud in it. So let's see what we got here. We can get it on the bench and get this camera a little bit steadier. Okay, so we're here on the workbench. I'm gonna lay this down and we're gonna take this off. Already had some old gas come out of it, so I know it's got some gas in it. Fortunately or unfortunately, we'll see. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can see that. A little bit of gunk there. I've seen worse. So we'll give it a look and get into it. So we have it pretty clean, the bowl and everything, and the carburetor. Got all the holes and jets cleaned out of it, and cleaned up the float a little bit, and clean this up a little bit, and we'll put it back together. See if it'll run. I guess one of the perks of having a thunderstorm is that if you have a garage, you can work in it. This is kind of the first instance that I've been able to be thankful for a garage to work in like this. So I have it all together. And we're going to see if this thing will run for us. So here we go. Probably take a few pulls if it starts. And it might be vibrating like crazy because I haven't fixed the mounting bolt yet, but let's see what we got, if anything. Trying. Try and put the air filter on it the way that it was, but hey, it starts and runs on its own. And for that, considering that the rain is starting, I am very thankful for. And so even in the garage here, I think we'll call it a day today. We'll come out here the next day on the next clip, and we will number one, see if it'll start back up for us, and number two, test all the generator amps and stuff. So I'll go ahead and wrap this video up, and obviously I'm going to disclose the issues when I sell it, but I just kind of want to give you all an overview of the issues, and then I guess ones that I've fixed or at least patched. This one right here, it was a small crack in the gas tank. It ended up leaking just a little bit. I put some steel, the steel stick stuff on it, compound. It's dried for a few days. Doesn't seem to be leaking at the moment. Like I said, I will disclose that issue, and then I'll also disclose that the you got a little issue with the engine cover right here up top. where the bolts have kind of wriggled themselves off. The ones on the bottom are tight, and I'll disclose that the bushing's bad, but I tested everything out, and I'll show you all that it runs, and I'll probably plug the AC unit in here real quick. It is warm, but this thing did start. I put it on choke. It actually started on the first pull, believe it or not, and it's running pretty good too. So let me crank it up for us, and I'll let y'all hear it run before I sell it. I think I'm gonna hopefully get between $150 and $200 out of it. We'll see. That's kind of about what I've got in it, but I knew I wasn't going to really make too much off of it. Just kind of a process of sometimes getting rid of mowers. You take trade-ins and then fix them and sell them and get your money for them. So I think this is going to be kind of what it is, because I've already got a generator for the house. So vibrate on the bushing as long as it's running like it is. Plug this in. That's a 600 watt motor on this. It runs it perfectly. So just kind of wanted to show you all that it ran. Running good. Hopefully somebody will have themselves a good generator here. But figured I'd post this video since it's a little bit different than what I usually work on. But thank y'all for watching, and stay tuned. I have an update video coming pretty soon here, hopefully.